and everything will be fair, but we're going to have an attorney general, and the attorney general is going to take a look and see. Because, you know, there's a 5-year or a 6-year statute of limitations. So she really is running for some pretty important reasons for herself. Look, when somebody does something so wrong as that, they have to pay the consequences. She put our nation in difficulty. Did you see her IT specialist? He's taken the fifth. The word is he's ratting her out like you wouldn't believe it, but they want to try and save her. That's not the way the government is supposed to work. They're not supposed to be trying to save her. They're supposed to be doing the right thing. But the press, it never lets up, and it never follows that story. It never follows the real story. So do you remember in Iowa, I made a speech, and I said, you know, let's raise some money for our vets, you know? And I figured maybe we'd raise $500,000 or $1 million or $2 million or something. But let's raise. We end up raising almost $6 million, and I got bad publicity. Can you imagine? This can only happen to me, believe me. I end up raising I have more calls and more emails and more tweets at Real Donald Trump, everybody, at Real Donald Trump. It's actually amazing. You know, if I tweet something, CNN and Fox, all of a sudden they say, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has just made it. I'm sitting there tweeting, bing, bing, bing. Donald Trump has just issued a major statement. It's a weird deal going on here, folks, but we have a lot. You know, we have like almost 9 million on Twitter. We got a similar number on Facebook. On Instagram, like 1.5 million or something. We're soon going to be 20 million people. That's like owning the New York Times without the losses, right? No, it's pretty good. And then they say, you shouldn't use, you know who told me this, my opponents. They have 3 people. They say, you shouldn't use your Twitter. I say, why? That's like in golf, a long hitter. Don't use your driver. We'll use anything we have to win. We're going to win. We got to win. But it's true. So we raised almost $6 million. And the dishonest press, they are so dishonest. Not all of them, but many of them. They are so dishonest. If I would have done nothing, it would have been fine. I said, let's raise some money for the vets. But I'm still glad I did it, because I have gotten more credit from the vets and more thank yous from the vets. We gave it out to many, many groups. I don't even know how many. But, you know, they wake up and they get 100,000 in the mail. They get 150. They get 250. One of them got, I think, $1.1 million in the mail. And they're great. I mean, they're great. They're great people, and they appreciate it. So if they appreciate it, it's fine. But they put the negative spin on everything. No matter what we do, you know, it's funny. The New York Times puts me on what? Oh, get a medic, please. Medic. Okay? Okay, you just take it easy, darling. Take it easy. It's hot out here, right? Right over here, medic. Right over here. Thank you. We love you, man. We love you. Some of these people got here 5-6 hours ago. How's that? She's doing okay. She okay? We want to make sure she's okay. She was here for 5 hours, they say. 5 hours. Some of them here for 7, 8 hours. Hi. Oh, we love you. Are you okay, honey? Give her a hand, everybody. Give her a hand. That's great. She's tougher than all of us. And look at the medics and look at the police. What a great job they do, right? Isn't that right? EMT. Give them a hand, by the way. Great job. Thank you, darling. All right, good. She looks like she's in good shape. Thank you very much. That's true, though. The police and the medics and the firemen and women and whatever, the job they do, and they're not appreciated in this country. They're going to start being appreciated again, folks. They're going to start. How's she good? She's good over there? Everything good? That's good. That's good. Thank you, honey. So we're going to do things that haven't been done in a long time. We're going to start winning again. We don't win anymore. We don't win anymore. Even a report like this you see today, it was like a bombshell. They were expecting 150,000, maybe 200,000 jobs. Turns out to be 38,000. And they're bad jobs, folks. You know, everybody, even the other side says, we don't have good jobs anymore. Our good jobs are moving to Mexico, along with the companies that are moving there. They're moving to China, where China's making all our product. They keep devaluing their currency. You know, I had a meeting today, and I must have had 50 Chinese people there, people from China or formerly from China. And they all love Trump. And CNN was there. Jake Tapper was there. And we had an amazing time. They couldn't believe it. And John Dickerson, also a good guy, he was there from CBS. They were doing an interview. They looked outside. Who are all those people? They were people from China that are endorsing Trump. And they couldn't believe it. Nobody could believe it. And there was like love. And I don't blame the Chinese government. And I don't blame the Mexican government. I want our government to be smart. I want our government to get away with the kind of things they get away with. But we have leaders that don't have a clue. And Hillary Clinton's at the top of the list. She's incompetent, let's face it. First of all, she's always got problems. Whitewater, impeachment, lies. He didn't have sex with that woman. 2 months later, he's going, you ever see the clip? He didn't. Then all of a sudden, these are lying people. We don't need, folks, another 4 years of the Clintons. We don't need it. It's a mess. It's a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a strong temperament, not that weak temperament. I don't like his temperament. I don't like his tone. Well, let me tell you, there's nobody with a better temperament than me. I have a temperament for winning. I've won all my life, and we're going to start winning for you, okay? Temperament is very important. It's very, very important. But we need strength. We don't need these weak people. That's all they do. They talk about, well, I think his temperament isn't good. You know, I guess they do polls. They say, how can we get Trump? I really believe I have the greatest temperament there is, and the temperament that this country needs at this time. Now, I could just say, you know, slough it off and say, oh, I have a wonderful temperament. I'm really a wonderful person. Look, let me tell you, I have a tough temperament. But we need a tough temperament. We need a tough temperament. Now, my temperament is totally controlled, so beautiful. I built an unbelievable company. I did so many great things. I mean, I just came in and I read about a school where the Clintons are involved, where they've gotten $16 million, and it's a scam. And I'm hearing, why aren't they sued? Why aren't they sued? They scammed the school. Why aren't they being sued? It's a big story, but, you know, these people don't want to talk about it. Temperament is a very important word. We need toughness in tone. We need toughness in temperament. And frankly, I honestly believe, and I really mean this, I think that Hillary Clinton is unfit to lead our country, certainly at this time. I think she's unfit. She doesn't have what it takes. You're going to go through 4 more years. I call her Obama light. I think it's going to be at least as bad and maybe worse. And think of what I said. They're scamming us with cyber. We're living in a cyber world. And here she is all screwed up with her emails. She doesn't know what the hell is going on. It's a mess. You talk about composure. You talk about temperament. You talk about all these things. Who would be so stupid to do what she did with her emails? I mean, who would be so stupid? So we are going to turn this country around. We are going to do things that are going to make you so proud of your president, but much more importantly, so proud of your country again. Because, you know, when people say, I deal with all these countries. I have great deals in all these countries. I have so many deals. And they laugh. They laugh at us. They say, what's going on? They don't even believe it. Even the people from China this morning, you'll see, because I think it's going to be on CNN, probably on CBS. You'll see. They're saying, no, Mr. Trump is right. He's right. They cannot believe what they get away with. I have the largest bank in the world from China, the largest bank in the world, massive bank. It's a tenant in one of my buildings. I know the people. I mean, they're sort of friends of mine. They tell me, we don't believe we get away with it. You know, they know me. I don't know if they know I'm going to be revealing this, maybe. But they say, we can't believe we get away with it. So we're going to turn it around. Now, a couple of things. We need strong borders. We got to have borders. Either that or we don't have a country. 16,500 Border Patrol agents 2 weeks ago endorsed me. First time they've ever endorsed a presidential candidate. And I asked them, I said to them, I mean, what a perfect group to ask, as opposed to some consultant that wants to suck you dry with fees that doesn't know anything, right? They know less than that beautiful young woman standing there. They know less, okay? All they know is how to get fees. So I asked them when I was with them, I said, let me ask you, how important is the wall? Just tell me, how important is the wall? Not that I'm going back, because I'm not. But I feel better about it because they say, Mr. Trump, it's vital, especially in terms of stopping the drug traffic that's pouring through the borders. But a real wall, you ever see the wall they have? They take a pogo stick and they go right over the wall. They actually build a little ramp and they go over it with a car loaded up with drugs and they come back over the same ramp. Not going to be any ramps with my wall, folks. It's going to be a serious wall. It's going to be a real deal wall. It's going to be way up there. It's going to be a big, beautiful wall. And you know what? Someday maybe they'll name it after Trump, but I'd much rather have a statue in Washington, D.C. Let's do a real good job. So look, so we're going to build that wall. Mexico is going to pay for the wall. Going to pay for it. We have a trade deficit with Mexico of $58 billion a year. $58 billion. That doesn't include the drugs that are pouring across the border. And yet we have companies moving into Mexico. They just took the World Golf Championship out of Miami and they brought it into Mexico. And the people of Miami are furious. They brought it into Mexico. They signed like a 6-year deal where Mexico, they take everything. They take everything because we allow it to happen. But we're not going to allow it. As an example, I use the example of Carrier air conditioning in Indiana. You know, we won Indiana big. Remember, that was going to be the firewall for other people running. And it was a firewall. It was a firewall for me. I won in a landslide. Thank you, Bobby Knight, right? The great Bobby Knight. We love Bobby Knight. And others, by the way. I mean, we had incredible support. Lou Holtz came out, and so many different people came out, and they supported me. And I knew I was going to win Indiana. They kept saying, we're going to win Indiana. Let me tell you what I think. I think, and nobody else, if, let's say Ted Cruz won, he wouldn't be here right now. Let's say somebody else won, they wouldn't be here right now. They gave up, always give up in California as a Republican because they say you can't win. I think we can win. I think we can win. So we're going after California. We're going after the state of Washington. We're going after places that no other Republican goes after. Because, you know, we have a little bit of a tighter path. We have a few states that if we don't win them, it's over. Whereas the Democrats can lose numerous states and they can win. So we have a tighter path. But I'm not your typical person. And when we come out, Costa Mesa, we had 31,000 people. They hardly showed that because that was the day the kid was jumping on the police car, breaking the hell out of it. And he probably wasn't arrested. You know, some people arrest. You know, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, you know that. Now, who's tougher at the border than Sheriff Joe? Between that and the Border Patrol, but Sheriff Joe totally endorsed me, right? Nobody tougher than Sheriff Joe. But he told me, and I saw this, they had a couple of people protesting. They put those people in jail so fast, everyone else scattered in 2 seconds. I said, that's the way it has to be done. That's the way it has to be done. We need strength in our country. And I see it. But the thugs last night in San Jose, and then this Democrat mayor gets up. He said, well, I think it was Donald Trump. I don't even say, you know what I say now? When we have a protester inside, which isn't even very often, I say, be very gentle. Please don't hurt him. Take care of him. If he wants to shout, if he punches you in the face, smile as your nose.